The Caribbean has been urged to reduce its dependence on fossil fuels. The advice from Prime Minister Freundel Stewart at the opening of the 3rd Caribbean Renewable Energy Forum at the Hilton Hotel. He says the region has some of the highest electricity tariffs in the world, which is reducing national output through the large sums of foreign exchange needed to buy imported fuels.
We in the Caribbean must move quickly, purposefully, and sure-footedly to reduce our vulnerability to the outside world, reduce the impact on our countries of high and volatile oil prices, and find new industries by which we are able to increase the rate of growth both of our economy and of employment. Our economies need to have a source of energy at a cost that is both affordable and stable if they are to become more competitive with the rest of the world.
Prime Minister Stewart says energy in the region must be affordable, noting that the potential exists for significant use of solar, hydro and geothermal energy.
The good news is that our region has huge potential in indigenous alternative energy resources. These resources range from geothermal in St. Kitts and Dominica, to hydro in Guyana, and the abundant sunshine with which we are all blessed. Our countries must, however, move quickly to make a concerted and sustained effort to execute and maintain successful initiatives in renewable energy.
The main opposition St. Lucia Labour Party says it intends to revolutionize the education system. It plans to implement universal early childhood education should it form the next government following the general elections expected by year-end. Shadow Education Minister Dr. Robert Lewis said the SLP, during its last term in office, had implemented universal secondary education and abolished the shift system in primary schools. Lewis said that an SLP government would seek to have universal preschool education by 2015 and make significant improvements at the primary and secondary levels.
Good evening, I'm Kent Jerson with the Business Report. Now, millions of dollars are injected into dead or dying industries in the Caribbean instead of being channeled into sectors that have the capacity to grow and generate substantial revenue. That's the view of Executive Director of the Caribbean Export Development Agency, Pamela Cook-Hamilton.
We know that we're sugar, bananas, supposedly dead, yeah? But we are pumping millions of dollars into maintaining these industries when one person in the creative industry earned more in Jamaica than the entire banana industry earned for 1 year. I don't know. Those statistics tell me that there's a problem.
Ms. Cook-Hamilton made the comment at the launch of the Compete Caribbean program during a panel discussion on the topic fostering economic growth through private sector development in the Caribbean. She suggests that this is one of the critical areas where change is needed.
If we look at the creative industry as the largest growing sector, not just in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, but worldwide, and the capacity that we already have shown and our competitiveness in that area, it's the only area within which the Caribbean enjoys a trade surplus. If we understand that, then perhaps we may want to recalibrate how we allocate funds in terms of encouraging sector growth.
In other news, telecommunications giant Lime is giving its customers a feel for the 4G technology it intends to roll out by year-end. The company has opened what it calls the Experience Center, where people can familiarize themselves with the technology. 4G allows for faster internet browsing and increased functionality on mobile devices. Lime's country manager, Alex McDonald, believes it will help to unleash the creativity and innovation of Barbadians.
We hope that industries are going to be formed from people creating video on the fly, working wherever they want to work. So the landscape of how people work, where they work, what they actually deliver is going to be totally different in a couple of years' time. We hope that an entrepreneurial class will come out of this. So people creating applications worldwide applications. I mean, you've heard of Angry Birds, a little naughty little app that somebody made, and they've made millions. What can we do here?
Mr. McDonald also said the technology gives Barbados a competitive edge.
For the first time, probably, we will be a nation of people who are early adopters of the newest technology. We have a 2-year, maybe 1-year lead on the rest of the world, and that gives us an advantage. Imagine a business wants to set up here. They're going to be looking and saying, well, safe place, well managed, well governed, and the technology is first world. As a matter of fact, it can't be first world. It has to be super first world, because the first world isn't here yet.
Now for a brief look at the stocks, here's a summary of today's trading on some of the region's exchanges.